Football fans, you're welcome to the channel. Please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button as well if you're new, and let's dive straight into it. So finally, the list for Nigerian Super Eagles has dropped for the AFCON 2025 very late. I know some people would like to say probably the list was actually submitted to the to CAF and other authorities way before time. So fair play in that regard. Maybe they submitted it, but why is it coming this late? That's the question to be asked. But on the list itself, lots of questions around this list. Very controversial for some people. The players have had injuries that are on this list. You wonder why they're there, and then there are players who haven't played any game for Nigeria in the past 5-6 years, and somehow from somewhere they find themselves on this list, and some people are omitted off the list, and you're wondering how and why have they been omitted off the list. I hope the list should be on the screen right now for you to see. Want to know your opinions, I want to know your 2 cents about it, and please let me know in the comment section. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let's go straight into it right now. So Stanley Nwabali is on the list. Normally you don't have an issue with Stanley Nwabali being on the list because he is Nigeria's best goalkeeper. There's no questions about it. Ato Okonkwo, of course, should have been on this list, my opinion. Maduka Okoye should have been, my opinion. For me, Stanley Nwabali, Ato Okonkwo, and then you're going on to say Maduka Okoye, but the fact that Ato Okonkwo wasn't even on the provisional list, so you just didn't expect him to be on the final list, now did we? And then of course Maduka Okoye, that was a shock for me. He was dropped, and now we have Francis Uzoho had issues with respect to qualifying for the previous World Cup, because qualifying for World Cups now, or rather missing out on World Cups, has become the thing for the Nigerian Super Eagles, which is just absolutely bonkers. But so that's the goalkeepers for you: Stanley Nwabali, Francis Uzoho, and Amas Obasogie. Now this is odd to me and crazy. Why? Stanley Nwabali has his injury issues, wrist, ankle. He was not meant to make the list. Now kudos to him for soldiering on and willing to put his body on the line for Nigeria, for his motherland, for the Nigerian Super Eagles in this AFCON, to give Nigeria a better chance of winning the competition if possible. But what if he gets injured? What if his wrist to be strained and he needs to rest, or he has to miss a couple of games? Are we going to go back to Francis Uzoho? And let's not now become or create some false nostalgic narrative. We know Francis Uzoho was not good the last time he was between the sticks for the Nigerian Super Eagles. We know, so there's no need to try to hide it. He's not been good, so he's on the list for whatever reason. Now we'll move on. Now talking about defenders, we've got Calvin Bassey, no issues there. We've got Zaidu Sanusi. We've got Samir Ajayi. We've got Bruno Yemachi. Now speaking about left backs, there was this talk about Felix Agu was going to be there. There was a video that was put out there where Victor Boniface was telling him, congratulating him on his call up and saying he was going to go there. So how is Felix Agu not here? He is Nigeria's most complete left back. Can cross with right foot, can cross with the left foot, got pace, very technical, can combine, with his winger. And this 4-2-2 formation is all about combination play. So how is he not on here? And we're having Zaidu Sanusi. And people are trying to formulate some sort of positive narrative for Zaidu Sanusi, like he's been exceptional since his comeback. He hasn't been good. Yeah, you can run. Yeah, a cheetah can run. A gazelle can run. But they as well cannot cross the ball accurately. So Zaidu Sanusi never really crossed any balls into the box accurately. Defensively, he's not even particularly solid. So, but he's there. I don't know what you think about it, but Zaidu Sanusi is not the guy where you say, okay, I'm picking him over Felix Agu. It makes no sense to me. And then, of course, you go on to say Igor Ogbu. Fair play that he's on there. In my opinion, Chizo Awaziem. Talking about Bright Samuel. Is it the best replacement for an Olaina? Why did Olaina miss out on this? If you trust Ryan Alebiosu to be on here, why not have Olaina and then give Olaina a couple of days to rest in the tournament, and then he comes up in the knockout phases? So it's just madness to me. This whole defensive thing is just absolutely cooked, in my opinion. And we've got Ryan Alebiosu from Blackburn. He's here. Would have preferred Michael Kayode. I don't know if the Nigerian Football Federation were even willing to put in the work. And then we go on to Wilfred Nnadi, the midfield. Now this is where it becomes really, really tasty. Wilfred Nnadi, Frank Onyeka, Fisa Yodele Bashiru, Mohamed Usman, Alex Iwobi, Ebenezer Akinsanmiro, Rafael Onyedika, and Tochukwu. Nnadi. Now, the question arises with Mohammed Usman, right? Why is Mohammed Usman on this list? I need someone to tell me. Why is he on this list? He's been missing from the Nigerian Super Eagles for up to 6 or so years right now, and it isn't even like, okay, he missed out from, he's not been with the Super Eagles, but he's been growing in limbs and bounds. He's absolutely killing it in one of the top 5 European leagues somewhere. Absolutely balling, but he's playing for, is it Irani, a club in Israel, and they're not even one of the top 2 clubs or top 3 clubs. And if you look at the graphic that's on the screen right now, you see he has left on free transfer after free transfer after free transfer. And if you're valuable to a club, you are not let to go on the free transfer. And definitely multiple clubs don't let you go on free transfers. If you're that valuable to a club, if you're that good, maybe one club you're trying to hold out, trying to be big man, control your destiny, control your future, then moving on to the next phase, to another club. But the next club, if you're that good, will let you go on a free. And understand this: what caliber of clubs have indeed let Usman Mohammed go? But yet he's on this list. So you look at Usman Mohammed and you say, wow, you know what? The fact that he starts for this strange club means he's better placed than Uche Crisantos to be in this team, to be in this midfield. I just think we've done this federal character nonsense again. They say, okay, we can't have Alhassan Yusuf because he's been particularly useless. Let's bring another name from the north and have him in there. I keep saying this. Even if you want to go federal character, why not go for players who are actually good enough? Adamu Mukhtar is right there. Why not go for him instead if you want to go for this federal character nonsense, right? Because for me, I don't care if everyone is from the north, if everyone is from the south, if everyone from the east, as long as you can ball, as long as you are good enough, as long as you've got the quality. You don't just bring any Chinedu, Abubakar or Tunde and toss them in there because you want to have some federal character business. If they're good enough, fine. They can all be from one part of the country. It doesn't matter. But when they're not good enough, so I don't get why he's on here. And then we go on to, and then people say, oh, but you like Ebenezer Akinsanmiro, he's on the list. Yeah, he's good. He's on the list. He deserves to be there. You can't give me tea and expect me to dip beans into it, right? You can't give me something that I like and give me something I don't like. Give me tea and say, okay, you're going to have it with salt. When I ask for sugar or honey, you say, no, you don't have, you best use salt. It makes no sense to me, right? It doesn't make, the fact that I like tea doesn't mean that I should use salt. So the fact that I like Ebenezer Akinsanmiro being on this list doesn't mean I should clap my hands and throw some somersaults to have, because Usman Mohammed is on here, because I don't think he's that good enough anymore. He's not playing for a club that says he's good enough. So let me know some opinions in the comment section, and then let's go on to the forwards. Now that's another interesting one as well. So we've got Ademola Lookman, fair play, he's coming into form. Victor Osimhen, of course, you don't drop him, or else no one is going to the tournament. You've got Akwa Adams, fair play, have him on there. Samuel Chukwueze, same thing, coming to form. Now Cyril Dessers, why is he here again? Why is Cyril Dessers here? We've seen all the time he's playing for the Super Eagles, he's not delivered anything, right? So why is he on this list again? And look at the midfield. You don't have that creative 10. And Cyril Dessers is not super athletic. He can't give you that high pressing. He can run the channels for you. But he's here. So for me, the thing is, you looked at Rafiu Durushimi and you say, no, we're going to have Dessers in here. You looked at Philip Otella, you say, we're going to have Cyril Dessers in here. And for me, the one thing I've always said, what if Ademola Lookman is injured, right? Or what if you have to take him off? He's played so well, scored a goal, created two more goals with 2 assists. So you want to rest him off for the next game. Who are you bringing on that maintains the level at least? Who? No. And we all know Simon Moses is not the guy. And Philip Otella is balling out of his mind in the Swiss League, but we say, no, know what? We're not going to invite you. Don't worry about it. He's exact one that could be 1A to 1B to Ademola Lookman's 1B. To Ademola Lookman's 1A, sorry. But no. Let's go with the list. So we've got Salim Fago. So you look at Rafi Durushimi again, and you look at Salim Fago and say, yeah, we're going to go with Salim Fago. You look at Philip Potella and say, oh, we are going to go with Salim Fago. Makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me at all. Paul Onuachu, I get it. He's been on good form, scored 11 goals in about how many games. So fair play with that one, I get it. 31 years, but he's been performing. That's different between before some people come into the comments and drop some weird comments. Usman Mohammed, he's been out of the team for how many years, but where has been playing? What has been the trajectory of his career? Look at Paul Onuachu. What has been the trajectory of his career? He's been scoring goals for his club. So this list, well, there's some parts of it I'm happy with. Ebenezer Akinsanmiro on it. Happy days. He's on there, you know. But the rest of the names, a lot of the names on the list, rather, I asked myself, do we really want to win this African Cup of Nations, or we're basically not interested in winning anything for whatever little stipends that someone can give to some of these NFF people that are ready to mortgage, you know, the interest of Nigeria in terms of winning the AFCON. They're ready to mortgage the AFCON title just because of some weird players. Salim Fago, yes, might be a nice, decent player coming to the ranks, but playing in Croatia, and once again, he's not playing for one of the big boys. He's not playing for one of the big boys that, you know, qualify for Europa League, that qualify for Champions League, you know, or even Conference League. So he plays for one of those clubs where they're just so clubs in the Croatian league, and you want to boost him ahead of Rafi Durushimi. You want to boost him ahead of those players. You want to boost him ahead of Philip Potella, and you think that's all right. Some people would actually come in here and defend it, right? People actually come on here and defend it. There was someone who was having an argument, or rather a difference of opinion on X with, I think, is it Omar Katuba, and the person was saying he's talking about Maduka, Okoye, but Salim Fago not having transfer market sort of details or profiles, and then at one point he was talking about Maduka, Okoye, that Katuba was talking about Maduka, Okoye at some point some time past. But you forget one thing you don't get is that every kid in Europe, as long as you're 18 and over, you're playing for a club, you have a transfer market profile, and that's a different discussion for another day. But this list, I'm not satisfied with it. I don't know if you're satisfied with it. What do you think this means for the hope of Nigerian Super Eagles? Well, for me, I think maybe whatever we get. That's how I see it. But at this point, to the end of the video, it's been a slightly long one, as it is always when we have to talk about lists, you know, for Nigerian Super Eagles. So at this point, to come to the end of the video, and I'll see you in another video. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye bye.